Well guys, we have finally done it. We have finally reached our goal of 50 subscribers. So, before we begin the video, I just want to say thank you for all of your support. Wouldn't have been able to reach this goal without you guys. Now, on to the video. Lego The Incredibles, a game that I find particularly underrated. Today, we're going to be ranking every level in Lego The Incredibles, excluding B. So yeah, not really much to talk about here. I'm going to be ranking these based on their mechanics, their aesthetic, their overall fun. So yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you haven't already done that. Oh, and since this is a special occasion, I decided to put on a special look. So if you'll excuse me. Much better. Now without further ado, let's rank every level in Lego The Incredibles. Oh, so this Kyle James is finally making a video about my game again. I finally have a golden opportunity to enact my revenge. And then number 12, I have Undermined. Now, to be honest, I don't think this level is bad. In fact, I don't think there's a single bad level in the entire game. But still, this level is not that good either. But starting off with the positives, I think that this level as a tutorial level is really good. Unlike most tutorial levels, it doesn't have long, boring text boxes that drag out for way too long. Instead, it makes you learn the mechanics practically with no interruptions, which is presented in the first part of the level. You learn the basics about combat, as well as learn how some characters' special abilities work. The second part of the level focuses on Dash and Violet. It teaches you the basics about family builds, and as well as how Violet's force field can be used to solve puzzles. Then the final part of the level tests you on everything you've learned to this point, with some genuinely difficult puzzles. And after that, the level ends. So yeah, this level is honestly pretty good as a tutorial level. So why isn't it higher? Well, you see, while it is a good tutorial level, as an actual level, it's not that great. The level feels incredibly slow and basic compared to other levels in the game. It was the only level where I didn't feel anything while I was playing it. So yeah, to sum it up, I think it's a good tutorial level, but as a normal level in the game, it's kinda mid. And at number 11, I have Above Par. Now from that name, you might think that this will be a good level, but trust me, it's not. The level starts off with Dash and Violet falling into the ocean. Par is kinda cool, but not really that great. After that, they finally land in the ocean. This part has some pretty good puzzles that use Violet, Dash, and Elastigirl's powers in a pretty good way, but then they leave the ocean. But before we talk about the next part of the level, just want to give a shout out to this pig. Love how he randomly appears on the plane, and every joke that the level makes about him is comedy gold. But anyways, after that, we make it to the third part of the level, and honestly, this is the worst part of the level. This part of the level focuses on Violet's ability of having characters enter her force field, which is a good idea, yeah, but is completely flawed in execution. Violet's force field is incredibly finicky, and most of the time, I would just deactivate it by accident. This was the only part of the level that I found genuinely infuriating. Anyway, after that, the level ended. Never mind, there's there's the fourth part of the level. Yeah, I had completely forgotten about this part of the level. It was clearly just tacked on to increase the runtime of this level. So yeah, overall not a bad level, but the level's quality ranges from meh to genuinely infuriating. The only reason it's ranked higher than Undermined is because at least I felt something while I was playing this level. And at number 10, I have Revelations, and wait, no, not that Revelations, this Revelations. But anyway, this level starts off with Jack fighting a raccoon. This part teaches you the basics about Jack's many powers. And honestly, this is a really good part of the level. It's really fun, and the various ways they find to show Jack's powers are really creative. Plus, the battles they get into in the middle of the level are really fun, and especially with the raccoon just standing in the background and giving scores on your performance. After that, we have the second part of the level where we have Elastigirl and Electric jumping on a plane. This part is really fun, since it focuses more on platforming than combat and puzzle solving. But it still has those elements, and they're executed greatly in this level. And then at the end of the level, we have the final fight against Screenslaver. And honestly, this fight is really good. The puzzles are kind of hard, and while he doesn't attack, the minions he summons are a decent threat. So overall, this level is pretty cool. I think we have finally got out of the mid levels and made it to the good levels. And at number 9, I have returned to Nomadison Island. We start off with Mr. Incredible meeting up with an old friend of his, Gazer Beam. Honestly, he's the highway part of this level. He's really funny, and honestly, he's a pretty good character. But anyway, the first part of the level has a sorting cart thingies to open a door. This part, while basic, is okay, and it teaches you the basics about Gazer Beam's ability. After that, we have the second part of the level, where we have to deactivate some lasers to continue the level. This part fleshes out both Gazer Beam and Mr. Incredible's abilities. Now, before we continue, I just want to give a dishonorable mention to this enemy right here. He's just so annoying, and most of the time, you can't even attack him. He's just as bad as Screenslaver, and... Whoa, that was a weird glitch. But anyways, after that, we make it to the second part of the level. This part of the level has us collecting Incredibricks to build a structure. This part of the level has some genuinely difficult puzzles. Plus the lava in the background is pretty cool. Then after that, we make it to the final part of the level, where we can either choose to go on a tower or a wall area. Okay. Anyway, both of these areas are really fun. The wall area's stealth section being really fun, and the tower's focus on parkour makes it really tricky. Then after that, the level ends. So yeah, this level is pretty good. The only reason it's not ranked higher is because this level is extremely forgettable. Like, I genuinely forgot the second and third parts of the level. So yeah, great level, but really forgettable. And at number 8, I have the final showdown. Now wait, please, hold your booze. I have an explanation. You see, this is probably going to be the most controversial pick on the list, but hear me out. Yes, this is a pretty good final level, but to be honest, I just didn't feel excited or thrilled during this level. Maybe it's because the game was kinda short, and so I didn't feel that impact from this level. Or maybe I was just playing a video game about stackable plastic for way too long. But either way, I didn't feel that much of anything during this level. Now, yeah, as for the level itself, it's pretty cool. It's kind of climactic, the puzzles and platforming is pretty good, and the final family build segment is absolute cinema. Every member of the Incredibles family joins together, uses all of their powers to beat the Omnidroid once and for all. So yeah, pretty good level, but I personally didn't think it really was. And at number 7, I have Elastigirl on the case. Now, if any of you guys have watched either one of these videos, which in case you haven't, you totally should check them out, you are probably surprised to see this level be ranked this highly. And yes, I will talk about him soon, but let's start off with the positives. The first part of the level is very creepy and genuinely unsettling, and the puzzles are also really good and tricky. Plus the fact that you can dance in front of the mirror is pretty funny. But then you have the chase part of the level, which has a sense of genuine urgency. The puzzles are also really fun. So yeah, so far, a pretty good level. But now let's talk about the elephant in the room. Yes, I still do hate Screen Flavor. Yes, it's the only reason this level is not ranked higher. But still, even with this horrible boss fight, this level is still pretty good. So yeah, I think this level is a really good level. In fact, I think we finally made it to the gray levels. But if that boss fight wasn't there, this level would be ranked significantly higher. But if that boss fight wasn't there, this level would be ranked significantly higher. But if that boss fight wasn't there, this level would be ranked significantly higher. Oh, so that Kaio Games thinks that he can just talk about my boss fight like that. Unfortunately for him, I have a very interesting surprise.